Well, welcome. I'm Alan, and behind me is a 2010 Peterbilt that was converted to an RV hauler. This video is going to be a for sale video, so it's going to be more informational than entertaining. I just want to show you that up front because there's going to be a lot of details that we're going to go through of things that we've built and the things we've done to upgrade this Peterbilt to get it to what we're looking for. So let me get you turned around here and I will show you a little bit more about it. We'll start from the back and work our way forward. So we'll go into the back on this Peterbilt. This is licensed as a motorhome. And the big advantage of licensing this unit to a motorhome is that the license for, at least in Wisconsin, well, I think it was about $120 a year for the license plates. Insurance, you can get your typical motorhome insurance as compared to commercial insurance on a semi-tractor. But there is some criteria that you need to follow. It does have to, we did go through the process of getting it licensed as a motorhome. There's got to be criteria in there. We've got to have, and I'll show you that when we get to the inside, but there's a microwave in there, a refrigerator, separate heat source, separate power source, and then also there's a portable bathroom that considered our portable toilets considered for the rest area. So it does meet all the criteria. You just got to be careful to make sure that it is a motorhome. I don't think you should be using it for commercial use because you'll fall out of that motorhome criteria. And also no CDL is required to drive this, and you can typically avoid the all the DOT regulations and scales and log books and everything like that, but that's something for you to check on your own here. So private RV, not for hire. Starting in the back here on this unit, and I've got some other videos out there on this, is we came up with a multi-hitch that we set up for this unit here. There is 4 airbags down in here. We've got a 5th wheel plate on here, and that's a off the shelf by Kurt Manufacturing. Then we've got the ball on here for the gooseneck, pinto hitch, and a bumper pull. Oh, we got a cat out here checking it out. So this whole unit is set up so that it floats, and there's a regulator in the side box that I'll show you there. But this whole center section floats up and down. There's a 3.5 inches travel, and then there's a air dump in here once you shut the valve off. But you can dump the air valve on here, and you can see this whole thing starting to drop down and go down. But that's as far as it's going to go because there's a leveler valve in here. You can see it lifting back up to maintain that height at what we got this what's set for. So on this there's a shock. We got our hooks here. We got more safety hooks for when you got a bumper pull. The way this is set up, we've got a 7-wire pin in the back set up with a brake controller. Still is the capabilities to hook this up with air. The air brakes and the controls are all still set up there. They could be run and put in the back. We've got our LED lights in the back here, and I got the lights turned on now, and I've got the switch for the backup. There's a switch on the dash, so you've got your backup lights. You got one here, the 2 that came on the cab, and your 2 corner lights. So you can really light this place up when you put it in reverse and or flip the switch on there. This bed on here, it's got tie down rings all the way up the side for your heavier loads. For some of your lighter strapping, all the way along the sides there is the rings or eyelets on the sides there. This bed is a 1/4 inch deck plate. There's a non-skid epoxy type surface paint that was put on this on the bed here. A little bit about what's going on in here. You can see the arms that stabilize and control this hitch so it sits level. A little more about the bed here. 1/4 inch sides, and the length on this particular bed here, let me just get the tape measure out here just so you can see what we got going on here. The length is 11 feet to the flat, and then you're about 14 foot 10, and all the way to the back bumper you're at 16 feet overall as far as what you've got back there. So you'll be able to put a smaller vehicle on there, and you'll still be able to utilize the fifth wheel. And if you've got a little bit longer vehicle, you're not going to be able to utilize the fifth wheel on there, but you may be able to use the ball, the gooseneck, or the bumper pull. We just got back from a trip. We're up in Wisconsin, came back from Mississippi, and we had this is set up with the wheel pockets for my wife's Trailblazer, which is sitting over there. So we had the Trailblazer sitting up here, and we were pulling a bumper pull horse trailer. It was over there, and that's what that was our last trip out with this unit here. If you, like I said, with a shorter vehicle, you can push everything shorter and you can utilize the hitch a little more, but that's sort of up to you to figure that out, how you're going to utilize it. So the back end, working our way forward, we've got 4 airbags on here, down in here, and then also there's 4 shocks, and the airbags are set up with a regulator on the side box there, so you can turn your airbags down. Instead of running your typical 120 pounds in there, I usually run these airbags at about 60 pounds, and what that'll do for you is it'll just really soften your ride out a lot. You just got to be careful you don't get too soft if you've got a load on top there, because then it gets a little, you can just sort of moving around yet. So you just adjust your airbags accordingly to how you need those set up. Coming around the side here, the rear axle, the brake drums have been replaced, the brake shoes, the brake kits, the canisters, wheel seals, everything was done on there. Also in the drivetrain, U-joints were changed out, seals were all changed out. Like I said, we got 4 new shocks on there, so the rear end is set up. This used to be a tandem axle. We singled this out and had a Fleet Pride do all the work as far as resetting up all the air and the brakes and all the wiring and hoses that it took to make sure that everything is DOT compliant yet. We've got side boxes here. We've got our short 18-inch one there, and on this side here we've got the bigger boxes on here. You can buy these boxes that are, so this one here is the 60-inch box. By the depth on here, these are the 30 by 30 as compared to the small ones. So these are oversized boxes on here. On this side there's a 60, the other side there's a 48, and then your 18 for your side there. In these side compartments here is our ramps. Our ramps and a place for straps down inside of here. Let me just pull one of these out here. There, I've got the ramp pulled out of here. So there's 2 ramps that come with this, one on each side there. And these ramps, you can either hook them on the side right here, or you can hook them for loading up out of the back there. These are a pretty lightweight ramp that you can set this right here. And if you turn the air off, there's a shut-off valve where you can dump the air in the airbags, and you can dump the air in the hitch so that everything is down and you can drive over the top of the fifth wheel. Otherwise, your other option is, if you're not using that, there's a simple pin in the back. You just pull this assembly off of there. It's not that heavy, and just put it in the side box if you don't want to deal with driving over the top of it or you're not using it. So those are the ramps that come along with it. Just moving forward, we've got the wheel pockets right here, along with the straps to hold those in. Those we've got set up with on the side here with these wheel lassos. So you just hook this all the way through, and you can go up, and this strap will hook in, the chain binder will hook over the front edge. Other features we've got on here, we added, we've got these two uprights here. One was for the exhaust mount, and then we got another one on this side. And this is set up if you want to put a winch on here. There's room that you can mount to those two channels and get yourself a winch set up on here. Nothing we did yet. We do have solar on here. Show you the controls on that. There's a heat deflector on the exhaust to make sure we're not cooking that solar panel, and so far so good. We've had to do the regen several times on here, and it never got warm enough to distort that up there. As long as we're in this back corner, let's see what else we got that we did on here. Changed out the shocks on the cab. There again, everything's after that smooth ride. Changed out the airbags on the cab. Also back here we've got our shore power. We've got a 120 volt inlet, and that will charge a battery charger in there, and also power the plugs on the inside. And then also right here we've got a air hose. I've got it wrapped up right now, but this air hose here, this can be used to fill up with shop air, so you don't have to charge up the airbags and your primary and secondary system in here, so you don't have to leave it idle inside to charge it up. Or you can use it for air supply if you have to pump up some tires or something. You've got air to the outside here. It's got two fuel tanks in here, one on this side, one on that side. Moving forward here, let me get you into the side door here, and I'll show you a little bit about what we got going on. Oh, one other thing back here. We added these light boxes on the back here, so you got directional brakes, turn signals, so that you can really visible when at night. Plus we've got all the LED lights along the sides right here to light this up. That way you're seen. So in this side box here, well, on the inside here, what we've done is taken the original trailer wires that were set up for the semi-trailer, and we pull those wires up here and we put those in a junction box, and then we took the wires off of here and we ran those to separate circuits. That way your turn and your directional and running lights aren't running off of the semi-tractor. Everything that was put on here, we didn't cut into any existing wire. We used all the existing wire we had. So these are the wires coming that were originally for the trailer. those are run through, and those are all set up on relays right here. So we've got our cargo lights, left turn, right turn running. Those are all set for relays, and each one of those are going over to a fuse panel. So these are all the wires that we have set up here that are coming in from the junction box here. We cleaned everything up, and also the tail lights for the that were originally going to the back of the truck. Those all came into here, and we're utilizing those. So we've got all the wiring for everything is in this central location. There's nothing that's all patched or tied or anything on the outside or underneath. It's all one here. And then just move it around here. Here is the fuse panel right here that operates all your controls that you have. And then we've got some other breakers in here set up for the Thermo King, the APU. We got some refrigerator breakers. We got the solar that's set up in here. This is your solar controller right here. Well, right now it's blinking. It's almost 100 amps here. So it maintains the power. We've got a main shut-off switch in here. And what that does is that shuts all the power off to all the circuits that we've added in here, plus a few additional circuits that Peterbilt had down in the battery box. We took and we moved all those circuits up to one central area, really cleaned it up, and did a little bit better job than what Peterbilt did. They just had wires all over the place. Also in this compartment is a battery charger. So when you plug in that shore power, hit the button, you can just trickle charge and charge the batteries up. And then we've got the Thermo King inverter in here that you can either run it off the batteries, or you can switch it over and you can run it off of shore power to get energize this fuse box right here. And this fuse box energizes the outlets that are in the truck that we added in. So right now, if we want to run this, we just turn the on the inverter, we turn the power switch on, and then we've got 110 power for microwave or computers or anything else that you're looking for up there. I think that's all we got. Also changed everything out, put LED lights in here. You can see the strips up here. Everything was changed out and put the LED lights in there. Well, let me get you around to the other side here and show you what we got in that other side box there. Well, coming around to the other side on here, I'll get you into the mechanical part. License plate is on a little swivel on there. Here's the 48-inch box, and I guess before we get into the side box over there, I'll talk the APU. This is a Thermo King APU. It does a couple things for you. It's set up to run a diesel heater for inside the bunk, and then also there's a alternator on the back side that charges the system up. And then also when the APU is running, it sends warm water up to the motor. So in cold weather, you start your APU up, let this run, it will preheat and warm up the water for your for the motor. This APU has I think it was 13,700 hours on here, which is 13,700 hours less that the big engine had to run to keep whoever was in there either warm or cool. Now, one thing, the AC portion of this APU is inoperable. It does not work. The condenser that was up there was leaking, so we took that down. I'm not sure what it would take to get the air conditioning portion of this APU up and running and functioning, but I was just utilizing it for the alternator version on here. And if you're just going to be running with the alternator on here, I highly recommend putting an idler pulley on there so that you're not turning the air compressor, because I'm not sure if that air compressor is meant to be, or the AC compressor was meant to be used as an idler pulley. So that's something that may have to be done on here. So anyways, it's got a good APU. I'll show you how to fire that up when we get around to the inside. This side here, as you can notice right up there, that fairing used to go all up when we were on there. We took that off of there and just tapered that back, but we never did send that in and repaint that particular area up there. But at this price point of what this is at, there's a little left in your budget. You can definitely take this in and do a little fine tuning on the body, some of the chips and dings on here, and it needs a good washing. I've been using it and haven't washed it up too much. On this side we've got our 48-inch box, and inside of this door, this is our mechanicals. So inside of here, this is our for our APU. There's a reset for the APU there if need be. There again, LED lights. This is set up right here with the air hitch, and this one is the air bags. So what you can do, for instance, on the air bags, right now they're set at about 60 pounds running pressure. If you need to dump the air bags, literally shut this valve off and you bleed this off, and it takes a little bit, but then it'll start settling out. But here's the shut off for the airbag. You can see that. So this will do those 4 airbags in the back to play with your ride, the stiffness of your ride. Like I said, we run it about there. You got a heavy load, top heavy. Crank that back up to some of the factory settings on there. The air hitch, we had a heavy load on there. We had a 24,000 pound trailer on the back of here with a monster truck and a Jeep, and that's why we had that pressure turned up to let's see, we had it turned up to 100 pounds. But for normal, well, we've got the Peterbilt hooked up to the flatbed. Just to show you another option what this RV hauler can do for you. We've got the couple of Jeeps on the back. We got a mud truck, and it's all set up with the air hitch on there. And Justin is just pulling into the yard there, so there's plenty of clearance for turning on there. So well, there goes the Pete. He's taking her around to the side there. Yeah, it's a real nice setup. The concept with inside the Pete there, it's a double bunk, air conditioning, refrigerators, and APU on there with heat and the battery charger. So we'll see if we can move this one on and start on the next one. Normal operation, you can crank that pressure back down a little bit on there. So anyways, that's how you adjust your airbag pressure on there. or I'm sorry, your hitch pressure. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. I know there's some different items that we had added into here. We got a spare belt for it, and I'll show you inside the motor. More fuses, bunk fuses type stuff right here. So, going around to this direction here, let's see what we got. I never did check to see if the CB, there's two antennas on there. There's up on the dash, there's a mount for CB and the wires inside. We never did hook a CB up in there. This is set up with, you have to use a key to lock it and unlock it. Just had brand new tumblers put in on both sides because they were a little bit sticky. That way you can lock this up. There is a side box in here with storage. Just got a couple of bins in here, extra oil, antifreeze, things like that. So, coming around to this side here, pretty straightforward. Looks like the aluminum could be polished up a little bit. There again on the front here, new brake shoes, new canisters. Everything is cleaned up and inspected by Fleet Pride in Green Bay here. They did some work on those with seals and stuff. Also, what the guys at the shop put on here is built a bumper out of a pipe bumper. Right here, these are just these plastic ones. Felt a little more comfortable, especially if you're doing some RV stuff. You might get to some place where getting a little closer to some stuff than you should, so put a steel bumper on there, put some lights in there. There are a few dings in here. A little bit of the chrome is coming off of here. Like I said, it's not perfect. But a few things can be cleaned up on there. Well, let me pop the hood, and we will open that up and show you what we got. Well, let's get this fired up, and I'll pop the hood so you can listen to it run. Checked it. We got we're in neutral. The brake is on. I just checked it. Fire it up, and the exhaust up there. No big black smoke or not rolling coal or anything like that out of there. Pop the hood on here. I got the other side popped already. On the hood here, there is some fiberglass that's missing here. Not sure what happened or how that came out of there, but there's a chunk missing. Never took care of that yet. Pop the hood open. Here's what we got. You probably can't hear me very well. Well, I popped the oil fill off of here. You can see we don't have big white smoke coming out of the oil fill as far as flow line goes. The clutch fan's working. Well, I'll get this shut off, and I'll go through a couple of things on here. So, things that we've done to this this unit in the last about 3,000 miles. You can see here's how many miles we got on it. A little over 900,000 on there right now. Here's just sort of a little spec that we had written up here for the item, for our sales brochure and a list of items that we've placed, some of the items we placed on here. But just going down the list here, we've got new rods and mains and oil pump, probably about 2,000 miles ago. I had that down at JX Peterbilt here in Green Bay. They switched those out. Just cheap insurance when a motor starts getting this many miles on there, to get a little bit more use out of the motor here. So we changed that out. The turbocharger, new fuel pump, which we've got a new fuel pump right here. And then we've got the water pump, belt tensioner and hoses. Water pump's on the other side. New belt, new alternator, air dryer, new air dryer, which is located back down on the underside of there. Replace that. New EGR valve right there. They changed that on there on these X motors, Cummins. That's something that pretty regular maintenance has to be, not maintenance, but periodically those go bad. They got to get changed out. Let's see, the lines and sensors. We changed out a lot of the sensors in here. There's a oil pressure sensor down there, another EGR sensor here. There's another part of the EGR system right here, another sensor that was changed out. This solenoid here was changed out, and these lines were all taken out. This whole system was, all the soot and everything was cleaned out of there. That's just the general nature of the beast with these motors with this EGR system on here. So that was cleaned out. The power steering fluid was changed along with a new filter on there. Oil filter, fuel filters. There are some extras that go along with the truck. As long as we're over on this side here, you can see that blue shock down in there. That is a steering stabilizer, and that steering stabilizer was just put on here before the last trip. Let me get in there and see if I can show you what we got there. That's a Safety Plus steering stabilizer. Well, as long as I'm under here, let's get a view. Also a brand new starter, new shocks, canister. That was changed out on here. Just had it in at Peterbilt, and they cleared it as far as the diesel particulate filter is still operational on there. And what else we got underneath here? And some of this stuff, like I said, we changed it out as a preventative and also upgrades onto the system here. Front end alignment, a couple thousand miles on some brand new steer tires. Those are on here. Like it's mentioned before, the drive line was gone through, new carrier bearing, U-joint seals, airbags, the AC work. We had some AC work done on here, and the interior control on the inside, just that control, a new condenser put on the front here. Right here, it's a brand new AC condenser, along with more AC parts right here that were replaced new. They changed out some switches and charged it, and that's all been within the last couple thousand miles on here. All that work was done. And there again, we got the front brakes have been serviced, and so when they put it up under rack to a front end alignment, they said everything was good to go. The cooling system was flushed out. The cooling system was flushed out, and this is what we're running in right here now. It's a extended life. It's supposed to be some million-mile antifreeze in there. That's in the system. Replaced as many hoses as we could get at. There's one of the hoses there. And coming around to the other side here, some of the stuff that would replaced. There again, we got more hoses, more sensors down in there. Temperature sensing unit. There's two of them back in here. One is a sensor, one is the actual temperature gauge itself. Brand new alternator on here, and new shocks. There again on this side here, we changed brand new turbo. It's a Cummins turbo. New actuator. And all these lines, there's just half a dozen lines that go to feed this turbo. All those lines were replaced at the time we changed out the turbo on there. Also, we've got the water pump, which is right here. So this water pump was changed out along with the tube that goes through here. I'm pretty sure we did something with the block heater. That might have been changed out. The down tube here, that was all changed out and new. On the back side here, there's an EGR dosing valve buried back in here. Our DEF, that dosing valve, that was changed out in there. New air cleaner. So yeah, we've changed out as much stuff as what we could under here just to make it a little more reliable, increase our odds of getting down the road and back. So that is the motor on the Peterbilt here. Oh, also the had it down at Peterbilt there, they ran the rack on the top end there, adjusted the valves, took a look at the injectors on the computer, and everything looks good on there. So all we got to do now is now we've got a runner. Well, as long as we're on the front end here, these headlights assemblies were changed on both sides. This mirror was changed out, that's new on here, and the batteries were changed out, and this battery box is cleaned up in here. Right now there's what we've got is 4 new batteries in there, and those are the AGM batteries that are in here. And it's a pretty brand name. These are pretty expensive batteries. I think this group of batteries, I think we're looking at, it's about $2,000 for these batteries in here, for these AGM batteries. Reason being is because we got the solar on there, and we're just trying to run off the batteries a little bit more than normal. So, and also in here, if you notice, a normal compartment underneath here for these Peterbilts and a lot of these semi-tractors, they got all the fuses and lines and all kinds of clutter down here that probably shouldn't be down here, just for it's too close to the road as far as getting salt spray and everything on there. All those breakers and everything were moved up into the side box there, like I showed you. And that was some of the APA lines and different power lines. It was all cleaned up. So a real nice clean battery compartment in here. This was all taken apart, disassembled, cleaned up, repainted underneath, and fixed up. And you've got your little power going in for your block heater for your motor. Also LED lights. We've got them along the sides there. Changed all those out. Got all the running lights. I got all those bulbs checked out. Everything's working on the running lights. Well, let me get you inside and show you the interior. Well, getting up into the inside on here. Get you up in the control seat, and I'll sort of start with this end here. We've got two air ride seats in here, and it looks like I didn't make the bunk from the last trip here, but let me turn the key on here so we can see what's going on. Turn the blower unit off here. These are the back lights. We turn those off there. There's a switch on here for the rear AC. Turn that off. Turn the radio down. Oh, speaking of radios, brand new radio, just put that in here. I added these USB plugs with the voltage on here, and some of these are USB and USB-C ports. Got the traditional one here. Here's the microphone for radio. These are the phone mounts right here. There's another ball right here that we've got an arm that if you'd like to, you can put a map on here or a camera or something like that. But just going down through some of these controls here, we got the heated mirrors. This is the light for the back. Bunk lights, I'll show you those in a minute what we got. Gauges, we've got our boost gauge, and then we've got our primary, secondary air, suspension load. That is back when it was on the system, but it is still hooked into the air hitch. Oil pressure, start this up. And we're about 38 pounds right now is what the oil pressure is at in here. Well, let me get you in here and show you the dash here. So, we got 7.9. That's been sort of the average for the last, I don't know how many years it's been since it's been set. That's the overall average. The last trip I was out, that bumps up to about 8.4. I don't know what the actual mileage is per gallon. We get out there on average, but it's not too bad considering you're about the same as some pickup truck with a heavy load on there. Just going through the gate, through this, got the RPMs, trip information, truck information, diagnosis, no faults found, no warnings, and the time. And here is the hours that are on this unit right now. 18,800 hours on the motor, and what should be a whole lot more if this truck started out life without an APU. So the hours are down. There's our mileage right there. Set up. What else we got going on here? We got our volt gauge. Let me just shut this off here. So other things in here is set up with some lights in here. I like lots of lights when you're driving at night when you pull over. So there's a toggle switch I put in here that controls this light, and you drop that down, and you've got a light for doing paperwork sitting on your steering wheel. So we got a light there. Added another light here. On the dash here, there was an empty slot on there, so I figured, well, why not put a light in there? Put another LED light on the bottom. I changed all the bulbs out on the inside. These are all LED lights now compared to the incandescent that Peterbilt had. Also on the side door lights down there, those are LED lights as well. And what else we got going on here? Oh, the transmission in here. I guess this is considered a 9-speed with the splitter on there. Oh, let's see, what do we got going here? Another USB port with a gauge on here. Like I said, we had an air ride seat over here. This unit's got a little storage on top here. I didn't clean out everything in here. Didn't make the bed. I've been using it in here. Let me turn some more lights on. There's a light over here for the bunk in the back. What was in there was a single incandescent bulb. I put 3 LED strips in there just to get some more light back in here. This is the portable toilet that I was talking about that makes you a little bit more compliant as far as being a motorhome. So this is a toilet with a, not even out of the package yet, still in the package, so it hasn't been used. But this is one that you put water in it. And in the side box over there, I've got a gallon of RV antifreeze to use in there. So it's a flushable portable toilet. Also, we've got some more LED plugs in the back here. Let me get you around the back here. We got another LED plug in the back here. And outlets. We've got a 110 outlet right there, hooked up off the, either runs off the inverter or shore power. Another item that I added in here, that is these sliding tables. I've got some slides on here. I've used these when I was out. You can sit down, make your lunch, put your laptop on top of here. But I've got this sliding shelf on this side, and then also I've got that sliding shelf over on this side too, that this comes out of here. Just got that bungee on there till I got to put a pin or something in here, because this will rattle down the road on you. Just put in a brand new, this is a condenser style refrigerator, which I've got some stuff in here that needs to come out. Good thing it's been plugged in for the last week or so, or that would have been a stinky mess. So we've got a compressor style refrigerator. The controls back here for the heat. Put another panel in here for some USB plugs and outlets and things back here. So you got power and USB plugs back here. Those are all added in. This is also for the bunk light. This is for the heater. We've got the 110 volt microwave that, like I said, will run off of shore power or the inverter. If you flip the inverter on. All the lights were changed out and put LEDs in here. This brand new mattress, as a couple of weeks ago. It's a real high-end mattress on here, brand new. And then the upper bunk on here folds out really nice. There again, put a brand new mattress on here, another high-end mattress on here. So when you're not in use here, it makes it real nice. I don't think I'd ever have one of these with all the double bunk. Just makes life a whole lot easier when you got some people sleeping back into here, especially for an RV setup. So that shuts up in there. So that's it for the bunk back here. I think we pretty much covered everything that we've got going on in the inside the truck. Oh, one other thing, like I was saying, it's ready for a CB. The antennas are on top, the power's here, CB cord is in the side box there. So we will get this on a video and take a look and see if this is something that you're interested in. I will give you a contact phone number to get a hold of us, somebody at the shop, to get back to you on this. So talk to you guys later. Thanks for taking a look at the 2010 Peterbilt RV hauler / motorhome. Thank you. Thank you for watching Alan's Day. Life is about making choices. Some things are already perfect. Some things you may choose to upgrade. This channel will show you both. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again.